Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer, and this is the Road to the Record, where I work to achieve mastery of 10 games and a hunt for the best score of the decathlon. If you like what you see, remember to hit that like button. If you want to see more, hit subscribe. Let the games begin. This is Motorsport Manager episode 79. Boy, we are getting up there in number, aren't we? Couple announcements before we enter the Phoenix Grand Prix, so the US race. Just about to the end on the calendar. 4 races remaining. Both Simon Rennie and Becky Kitagawa have renewed, so we will retain our top level staff. 27 months now for all 3. Rennie signed for cheaper than what he was being paid previously. Kitagawa a little bit more than what she was being paid, but the average between the two is actually going to cost us less than what it has. So that's good. A little bit of a discount between the two of them. Speaking of that discount, well, it's pretty important because we are down to 1.3 million and we're losing nearly 3 million a race, which means we are about to go below zero for the first time this season, about to get into a little bit of trouble. However, the good news is we have 2 sponsorships that are coming up for renewal for some sort of new sponsorship after this race to get us out of the hole. It would have been nice if it could have happened that one race sooner and not have us get in the hole in the first place, because this could be a problem. We also have won the following race, won the race after that, won the race after that. So I think we'll do enough. We'll find a way. There will be some money incoming. But we could have a little bit of trouble after this race. So I'll try to keep things going just long enough for us to figure that out. So we're going to be in Phoenix around 15 of 18 on the season. It's a 29-lap race with very high tire wear on this one, which means soft tires are not going to last very long. So we're going to need some for, well, practice and then qualifying. Ouch. We're looking at... Well, let's assume I'm not going to get into the final round of qualifying, so we'll just go with 3 sets. That's 1 for each round. And then, this is going to be tricky because I don't know what we're in for to make a one-stopper work. So 3, 3, and 3, I guess. Shouldn't be any change here to the cars, as we have not had any new parts in quite a while. You know, that whole budget thing. And we're looking at Herta 13th best, Verstappen 11th best car on the grid. And actually, didn't I have something going on? Let's see what it is. We're at 100% reliability and maxed out parts through a lot of these options. The one part we're working on right now is this gearbox, just for the sake of development into next year, but because of the risk, it's not something I want to put on the cars. And you can see we are now 100% reliable on every single part. And every part, I think, is maxed out. So the car is as good as it's going to get this season. Unless I make enough money from the sponsorship deals coming up that will allow us to make one more part this season. But I don't think that's going to happen. Best drivers, best staff, best chassis, but then the car itself, struggling. And a lot of other things, struggling. Our headquarters really down, but we're going to have that headquarters upgrade in the near future. That'll help us bring in more money, nearly $1 million per race. That'll definitely have an impact on the long term. And as we have moved up in the constructors this season, we're going to be bringing in a lot more money than we did in our first season at the Formula 1 level last season. And we can have increased expectations next season, knowing where we're at now. We should be able to at least maintain the level we currently have. So handling, looks like handling is going to need a big push. There we go, towards understeer. And 29 laps. Looks like the hard compound, yeah, We're going to be going for a one-stopper on the hard compound from the looks of it. So both cars will make a move towards that. Well, now we've got a nice clean 80% for everything. A little more gain for Herta. That puts the cars about the same overall. And let's go ahead and enter practice. Try to roll through this quickly. Looks like we've got Herta on the qualifying trim. And Max also on the qualifying trim. Okay. So we're gonna... The race tire and the qualifying trim. Bad combination, but really not a big deal. I'm not gonna speed things up. We're just gonna get this done, huh? Alright, we've got some work to do, 77%, but the downforce is close. So we'll take just a little there, and actually I might not even need to do that, but I don't know how the others move. Okay, I'm going to push towards more understeer and more top speed. And that came out the same, so let's go ahead and try a little something there, 15 seconds. Not a fan of that. That's okay. A little better off for Verstappen at this point. He'll get out there a little faster. Speed it up. And away we go. If you're watching this series, you're bound to have seen other episodes. If you haven't figured out by now, it's all about the getting the optimum balance, which we're at 97% already. That's beautiful. Beautiful work. We're going to go a little more to the left on the handling. So we'll tweak this by doing that. 5 seconds, minor adjustment, and we're going to get you out there for a while because, you know, you're going to get this done. It's all about the balance. The times mean absolutely nothing in practice. Couldn't care less how we are compared to everybody else. 92%. Okay, and then good. So we'll want to go a little bit more like that. And like that. And nope, you're going to do the one lapper and cut back in because you've still got some work to do. So Max is going to stay out there for a while. We're going to bring back in Colton. You got to maximize your time here in practice. So that's why I always slow things back down as I'm coming in. There we go. Great, great, great. Getting close. Tony the Tiger would be happy. Because, you know, they're great. 94%. Not a big improvement, actually. All things considered, pretty minor. So I'm wondering if I'm going the wrong direction on the downforce, but we've already covered a lot of ground. Wow. So we're going to go just a little more on the downforce. Then we're going to push this just a little bit. There you go. And I'm going to let him go run his laps. We'll get that qualifying trim done. And Hard compound done as well. Level 2. And we're getting close. Herda, gonna bring you in this time. Because there you go, level 3. Both in. Plenty of time to spare. We're halfway through. Program. It's a 20-minute program. I was right. I knew that the percentage was not going up enough, that the downforce, it looked like we might have gone too far the wrong direction. So we need to bring this way back into the heart of the F. Less downforce. There you go. Heart of the F as in right there. Meanwhile, I want you guys to stay where you were. That's not quite where you were, is it? Okay, that should just about do it. And then we need to switch you to race trim. We're going to go out there for a good long while and put on the softs. And then Max should be coming in. There we go. Max! He's all purpley. 99%. So now it's all about bonuses. So we'll work on the race trim, soft tire. Herda, I don't want her out there all day, so Herda's probably going to run a couple laps and then come in. He still hasn't even put in a time, so let's let him get a time in before I bring him back in. There you go, now he's got a time. And we'll bring him back, so he is 19th. So there you go, coming through, and now on to pit straight. And garage, and that just about did it. How are we looking? 98%. Can I squeak out the handling without messing up the speed balance? It's going to be very difficult to do. We already know where to go for that. There's the minuscule change. We'll give it a shot. 5 seconds, just a little difference to the tire pressure. Small adjustment. Level 2. We're about to get those bonuses anyway, so I'm going to bring Colton back in so we can work on that setup if we need to. There you go, bonus number 3. We'll bring in Max. Hey, here's the one we care about right now. Thank you. Okay, hey, we got it. Triple purple. It's all good. 99%. Our work here is done. Both cars at 99. Triple bonuses anywhere and everywhere we need them. We'll just let time run. I do not need the medium compound. Do not need the wet compound. It's Phoenix. It's dry. There's grip. Looks like we're all set, ready to go. Yeah, we're down on time and not worried about that. Remember, we were full load on the fuel, etc., etc. Easy stuff. And there we go. Practice is complete. On to qualifying, and we're going to get one shot qualifying for both cars, hopefully through just 2 rounds of qualifying. No grip, it's going to stay dry, so we're going to have to wait a little bit for the grip. So it really is going to be one shot, qualified and soft. That's a good 30% bonus. No change to the setup, both cars on the soft compound, and we are ready to get rolling, but it's not time yet. We've got some waiting to do. 10 minutes with no grip right now. We want to wait until there is some, so that we can make the most of our one and only lap. As again, I only have 2 sets of tires in the soft compound, that are ready to go, and it looks like we will get to maximum grip. It's 54 seconds per lap, so I only need about a minute and a half, maybe 2 minutes to be safe, and the grip will be up right towards the end. So we're gonna wait, and we'll be safe. Herda, send you out. It's time. I will put him on auto. Max will send out at about the 2 minute mark. Clearing out just in front of him here. Auto on. There we go. And Max will get him started here in moments. The Prima, we're just screwing up his lap. Congratulations, us. There's one car that'll be behind us. Theoretically. Hopefully. Lots of space. There's a Ferrari flying by. There's a Haas flying by. But there's a lot of cars coming quick. Could be a problem as they end up behind us. So Mercedes going by. Oof. We're behind these guys now. Oh my goodness, tire temps are way down, way down. And we're just slightly overheated on the brake temps. Herda is 0.2 of a second, almost 3, now 0.7 of a second after the second sector. Verstappen gets around those guys, luckily, without any sort of damage, so he's only 0.2 of a second down. Herda finishes his lap. He's 17. Ugh. What happened, Colton? What happened? Not enough time. There's only 7 seconds, so there's no second lap. Max is 0.8 of a second down, so he's further behind than Colton was. Yeah, we're in trouble here, aren't we? 1.2, 17th and 19th. Even one of the Primas is ahead of us. Valdez all the way up in P10 somehow. While the two Renaults split us and go just ahead. And that is going to be a Q1 elimination. It is Margasov with the fastest time in Q1, and we're going to be watching from the rafters for Q2 and Q3, unexpectedly. Off the pace. Margasov, a rare top time, as we'll simulate through the last 2 sessions and get this race going. Norris fastest initially on their first run. Not everybody coming out for a second run. Top 3 cars don't make a second run. And there you go. Savannah, Maryline, Ocon, Harrell, and Valdez are out. And the fight for the pole is on. Lando Norris, purples initially. Carla Gata just behind him. She's on some used tires, down to 2 minutes. Everybody on the outlap, so they're going to have another run. Norris fastest again. Carla Gata, very used tires. No wonder she couldn't catch him. Lando Norris went faster the second time out, with a fresh set of soft tires. Van Dorn, Sainz, Nordstrom on mediums. No chance. Giovinazzi, no chance, over a second behind. Margasov, used tires, couldn't do much there. But it is a Mercedes on pole. Now, passing is easy on this long straight, so it's not as difficult as some other places. So we can make up time, but we are on that hard compound, so it's going to be difficult. However, we're going to make a one-stopper work for us. It's a long straightaway here, long pit road here, where you can lose a ton of time at the speeds that we have to go for that. So no, we do not want soft We are going to go for the hard. We're going to run the whole dang race on just one stop. Weight stripping already taken care of. Set to push. Set to high. And let's go racing. So we are here in Phoenix. Lando Norris, Carl Gata used, slightly used tires for the top 7. Van Dorn, very used tires. Those are not going to last. Sainz are not going to last. Nordstrom not going to last. Those 3 guys are screwed. We got Maryline going on the hard, as well as quite a few other cars. So we are not alone on this strategy. Fuoku, he'll have to pit a bit sooner on the already used hard compound, but we'll see how many of these guys are actually using the bonus sets that we are using, because we've got that 30% bonus. But here we go. Herta, Verstappen, lining up. 5 red lights are up and out. Herta gets a great start, but then he goes to the inside and doesn't cut back to the outside. Otherwise, he could have kept going, but he ultimately does get up to P14 by the end of the straight. Verstappen in P16. And both cars looking good off the line. It's Carl Gata into the race lead. Mick Schumacher up to second. Lando Norris all the way down to P7 with a terrible start. Herta continues to make moves up to P12, P11. Fastest in Sector 3, and still fighting the positions here, but has the inside track. Possibly P10. Up to P9. What a move there by Herta, though the ERS is going to drop him back down. But Verstappen still in P16. What's going on, bud? Look at all these guys set to pit already. Nordstrom, Van Dorn already going to pit. All those on the soft compounds are going to pit here early on. And this is going to really move us up, as a lot of these guys are going to pit here around lap 3, which does them almost no good. Look how far behind they are already compared to the rest of the field. This one stopper is going to be hugely advantageous for us in this race, as Herta makes a move and gets up to P9 over Savanin on the mediums. We are first of those on the hard compound with Colton Herta. Max is meanwhile moving up gradually, making up some ground, saving up some ERS. Speaking of, let's go ahead and use some here for an advantage down the straight. Can he continue that pace? No, but he does close these guys down. Sainz pits, puts on used mediums, so he's going to pit again before too long, and he's looking at a 2 or 3 stopper today. Herta down to 9th as Savanin makes his way back around. Said passing is pretty easy to do here, but a lot of cars in front of me are all about to pit. Ocon, same strategy on the hard compound, so this is one car that I'm going to want to keep behind me, so it's time to use a little ERS and pull away somewhat. So P9, P14, nobody pitting that time, but you can see how close a lot of these guys, most of them will pit this lap. Alright, now we settle down. That's Herta up into 5th, Verstappen up into 10th. As many of the cars at the front pit, a lot of them coming out on medium tires, meaning they are far, far from done with this race. They're going to have at least one more pit to go. And we are down to just 3 cars at the front that have yet to pit. Savanin had overtaken Herta a few laps back and sits in 4th, but those median tires, there's a real advantage to those. And now it's P3 and P8 as Leclerc, the only one staying out, and Leclerc's going to have a real hard time getting through this lap, but Leclerc, tire management much better than those around him. Back off now while the fuel load is hurting, and see if that helps with the overheating issue as well. That Max from P8 going to hit P7 here in a moment. Leclerc pitting, and that's the entire top 10 behind us. So we are P2, P7, and that's 10 cars having pit, and they are the back 10 cars in the field. That's how this is going. The pit's hugely important in this one. The gap between Fuoku at the back, who started last and is still last of those who have not pit, and Carla Gata, who's at front, led by the end of the first lap. Gap is small. Ocon has made his way around Herta. That's not good. But we have backed off quite a bit here. P3, P7. Looking good. We've got a real advantage. Remember, we're only going to have to pit one time. And everybody on track is going to have to pit at least one more time. Meaning, track position-wise, we are P3 and P7. So we could be fighting for a podium today, as we've already leveled off the fuel load. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's push a little bit. And let's push a little bit. Hey, I said stop. Alright, we're going to cool the tires down for now and see how we're doing. So, just a little bit. We want to cool them down, and meanwhile we'll burn some extra fuel to keep up the pace. Herta looking good from P3. Savannah's going to pit sooner rather than later. Diaz Sanchez, also Sainz Jr., is going to be way at the back. Newgarden has already pit twice. Tires almost at the temperature we would like them to be at. A little bit longer. We don't have to actually use them a whole lot longer. We're going to be able to pit relatively early. I do want to stay on the hards. I do not want to switch to the mediums. Fuoku has pit. First of the top 10s. Well, the back 10s. Who became the top 10s. You know. Not ready to turn the engine down just yet. I'd like to make some progress. Max here in P7 is maybe going to have a look this time. Boy, the tire wear actually is a little bit questionable on the wear, but the hard compound actually does last a lot longer. You can get down to, what is it, 10% before you go off the wall. Max up to 5th. Herta is up to 2nd. Diaz Sanchez pit, and Savannah has pit. Gata starting to make her way through the field ahead of Valdez Nakashita. Now it's Verstappen, who she is coming behind. There she is. Herta has been passed. Come on. Lap 14 now, 16 laps remaining. So we're almost at that point where we can start to pit, and the tires have made it. I mean, so they've done just fine, 26%. Max, though, Carla's going to get around. This is not who I'm necessarily racing. She's going for the race win, and it looks like she'll be able to make it because one more stop. So I'm guessing that Carla Gata will probably win this race. There she goes. That's now P3, P6. And we are on lap 15, so I can pit. What I'm going to do is we're going to spread them out. I do not want to double stack, even though it's 5 seconds. Plenty of distance. I'm going to have Max go one more lap. But Herta, we're going to attack, and you're going to pit now. Coming around the corner here. Actually, this is awfully late for this. Should have saved it. Okay, Herta into the pits. There we go. Relinquishing 3rd place. Where are we going to come out at? It's a good stop. It's a quick stop. Nicely done. We're going to go to push here on exit. We are P13, P14. And let's use some ERS. There you go. Nice. Held off Nordstrom. Bo Nordstrom behind us, and Bo Nordstrom about to pit again. I love it. I love it. There you go. There's the pit icon, and that's P14 for Colton Herta. Now, meanwhile, Max, it's your turn. You're going to pit this lap. Low risk, just 9%. We ride with Max. Max, I probably should have pushed, but it's too late. We're already into the pits. 14%, so we did make it there. Max from P5. Ooh, close on that stack. And the Mercedes pitting again, so we're actually going to be ahead of them. And we're going to put you to push for right now. It was a good stop, and we're out in P12. So Herta, P9, Max, P12, and we are done with our pit stops. Lots of cars in front of us still are going to have to pit again. So P9, P12, Herta had the better start. The opening laps opened the gap between the two of them, better qualifying as well. That first lap made a big difference, and essentially it's been the difference the entire race, as there are 5 seconds between the cars, and that has been true for a very long period of time. Max about to lose P11 to a Mercedes of Lando Norris. So Gata and Norris have made their way through. Gata, by the way, in the race lead. Leclerc back up to second, but they're going to have to pit soon. So at the moment, P8, P12, this is going to shake out. Some of those top cars are going to make their way back up through the field, but not all. All right, time to slow down, slow down. So P6 and P10, more cars stopping here. Gata, Van Dorn, both pitting this time. We can assume that everybody pitting now should be good to go till the end of the race. Just 10 laps left. Nobody's going to be stupid enough to put on softs, not at this point anyway. So looking forward, Leclerc guaranteed to stop. Margasov guaranteed to stop. Leclerc stopping now. So that's Herta up into P5. And Verstappen up into P9. Now, from where we're at, any car in front of us that's going to stop is going to end up behind us. So Diaz Sanchez used hards, but they're okay. Margasov, very used hards. Margasov is not going to be okay. Margasov will pit soon. Margasov pitting now. Margasov, there you go. On the straights, and here goes Colton Herta on by up into P4. Max up to P8. Well up into the points now. Now, looking around though, who is likely to pit? Not necessarily anyone. Norris, Ocon, their tires are the most used. These mediums, they might not make it. They certainly could fall off the cliff. It's only lap 21. But let's cool the tires down. Max, let's use some ERS here. We're at 100%. P4, P8. I do need to save some fuel here. We'll speed things up a little bit and then prepare Herta and use some ERS. And Max again. Catching up to the Renault. How's the Renault this high? Diaz Sanchez. They were on those mediums, so they had a little bit of a speed advantage. But we are catching them now that we are both on hards, and theirs are much more used than ours are. So Max is gaining on the Renault. So we're going to be looking. We got a yellow flag here. Valdez has crashed. Valdez has crashed. But we should be past. There you go. We're in the clear. And let's push because somebody is coming up fast behind. It's a Mercedes. So P4, P8, and now P9, the Mercedes quickly getting by. And it looks like we've got enough behind us that Max should not lose any more positions and could and should overtake the Renault before the end of this race. Now, we've been cooling these tires for a good long while. It is time to go back to neutral and then go medium so we can save the fuel. We're going to do the same here, so neutral and medium. We were definitely off the pace, losing time here recently. Schumacher should get past Diaz Sanchez soon and get up into P7. But Herta has got 2 seconds clear of Lando Norris. Now just 1. Lando Norris is coming. So we're going to drop to P5 soon. Max does not have the ERS. It's going to be hard to overtake that Renault. And here comes the Mercedes, where they've got the real advantage, the power, the cornering capability. It's all of it. Got better downforce than we do. Got a better car than we do. Colton might be a good driver, but Lando Norris is coming with a head of steam. So far, Herta holding him off well as we enter lap 27. Meanwhile, Verstappen is close. Diaz Sanchez could fall off the cliff, so could Mick Schumacher. So actually, ouch, please, engine, engine, hold up. It's not over yet. Max could move up. Definitely shouldn't move down, though it is Leclerc coming behind now. But he's got 3.5, 4 seconds with 2 laps to go. And somebody's pitting. Somebody is pitting. Savanin didn't make it. Savanin is pitting. There you go. Into the podium. By default, go, up to P7 for Max Verstappen. P3, P7 now. Diaz Sanchez, Sainz Jr. both pitting. They didn't make it to the end. And the fuel is just about good now. The tires, it's 2 laps. The last lap is going to start here really soon. So we are going to be able to attack this final lap. But we don't have the fuel. There we go. Attack. Tire wear. 15%. Still holding out. Go ahead and push. Go ahead and push. There you go. So P3, P7. Can we hang on to the podium here? We've got the ERS to do it. And we're going to use all of it coming off of this corner and around we go. Now Max, P7. We'll use all that you have as well. And Herta hangs on to P3 and Max is going to make it in P7. The Renault pit, so they are long gone. And there you go. So Ocon wins the race for Force India. Oh, how do they keep doing it? Force India, I do not understand how they keep doing it. Their car is just as bad as ours. And yet somehow they keep ending up right there. Esteban Ocon with the win. Racing Point, Force India, whatever you want to call it. Williams, Harold taking second. And Colton Herta making it onto the podium in 3rd place. Great job. Great race for us. A lot of points earned today, but it is amazing how Force India are above Ferrari in the standings. It is just dumbfounding how they keep pulling that off. No penalties in the field. Valdez finishing last. No surprise, it is the Prima, but they were actually up the order. They were much better than their teammate Fuoku. We pick up 21 points today. That is a good total. Only one Force India. I mean, Bo Nordstrom all the way down 15th. So we still lose points anyway because, Ocon gets 25 for the win. The Williams, just the ones. We actually outscored them. Mercedes, we outscored them. We're second on the day, I think, in points. Max still 8th in the standings, 83 points now. Colton Herta moves up to P11 with 69 points. It's a heck of a season. Harrell and Verstappen tied on points now for 8th and ninth. Not far behind Margasov in the Red Bull. That's phenomenal. But there you go. Bo Nordstrom, 3rd place in the standings. Newgarden, the highest Ferrari, in 4th. Mick Schumacher down in 5th. The Williams of Carlos Sainz. Williams really having a resurgence this season. But Ocon jumps to 10th in the standings, 79 points after that victory. And look at that, Charles Leclerc, with the lesser of the 2 Ferrari cars. They very much have team orders like they do in real life. Leclerc has outdriven his teammate all season long. But here he is, again, like in real life, with team orders setting him back, the lesser car setting him back. And we are above Ferrari in 5th place, 7 points clear of them, with Force India and Williams in 3rd and 4th. Mercedes 18 points clear on top. That's 152 points now, and that's a number to be happy about. That's a good total with 3 rounds left to go in the championship. But here's that moment of truth. We are going to have a deficit momentarily. So how much damage is going to be done? Is it just morale? Will the boss bail us out before I get to re-sign 2 new sponsorship deals that will bail us out anyway? Well, let's see. Let's see what happens. 2nd for the race. That's fantastic. Rival with driver. With Ocon. Whoa, okay. No sign of any damage yet. But here we go. Into a deficit. Into the red. 1.5 million in the red. What's going to happen? I don't know. Please don't be an end of the game or anything like that, because I have the money coming. I'm afraid of this. Oh yeah, of course, who wouldn't like to have Charles Leclerc on their team? 5-star driver, maxed out. Yes, please, sir. Oh, he's got equal status at least as a driver, but that doesn't mean they're actually giving it to him. Okay, rival, that's fine. Okay, nothing apparent has happened as of now with this negative bounce. I can't hire anyone, obviously. No money. And nobody that would have been right for it anyway, so check these guys. Prep the pit crew. You're ready to go. Where's my rear jack guy? You're ready to go. There we go. And then onto the car. We've got fixing maxed out. I did use my reserve guy that time, my 1919. Don't use him very often, but this time he was out there. Got an 87 there. Let's get you replaced at least. Here's another 99s. Okay, good. Near perfect. We got a 91 here. You're maxed out, but keep that 91 on there. 1.6 seconds. No chance of mistake. Pit crew's looking good. Car, well, we'll see where that is. But we've got 2 sponsors coming up. This should bail us out. Please, oh please. don't have something negative happen beforehand like this. What is this? Ouch, there goes some more money. Herda, thanks. Bigger deficit. That's what we needed. Alright, car repair finished. Again, the improvement of parts, this is all we've got because everything is maxed out. Besides some older parts that are not going to be as good as the ones that are on the car. Okay, those little ticks, those noises, those are sponsor offers coming in. But we've got to vote on low profile tires, cheaper tires, which I've got a budget issue. I still don't want the low profile tires. No, thank you. I'm going to use just one vote. And actually, that's not, you know, I'm going to abstain. I think this is going to fail easily. So I'm just going to abstain. Let's hope I'm not making a mistake here. There's 3 votes for so far. 4 votes. Ooh, that was close. That was closer than I expected. Because really, it was just 5-4 against. Dang. Okay, it was rejected though. Sponsors, how we looking? 1 offer in so far. There's 2 offers in now. 3. Still 2. What the heck is going on? 10 days till Brazil. We're going to need to sign a deal before that, obviously. Otherwise, we could have some real problems. Sani wins the race. There's another one. There's another. Okay, there's 3 offers here. That's max. That's full choices. Upfront payment. Lots of money. What do we have? 3rd or above, 2nd or above. Or just 6 races with a fixed race. I like this deal. I like this deal. That's a good deal. Yeah, because look at that. Fixed per race. 1 will make the 5 million. We're not going to get 3rd or above hardly ever. So, deal. We're out of the red. We've almost got 1 race covered now. Plus, our balance, same as what it was. But we have another deal coming. Back in the green. For now. We're 5th. We're 5th. The target was 8th. So I'll be able to get more money next season. Because we could definitely get 5th again. Rio's not going to come up yet. Come up next season. One offer available right now. Ouch. That's it. There's nothing else to improve, really. Anything? 1618. 1963 is the max. We got a 2128. That's well below the best. 1473. Yeah, there's nothing really to do. 1963 is not far below. We'll put it, but put all 30 over here. Time to travel. We still only have 1 offer in. What is it? Upfront payment, 3.4 million. You know what? I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait this race out. We're gonna go roughly into the negative again, but it's okay. We'll have 2 deals coming up. And that's not a good deal, so I'm gonna wait for the others. But we've made it back into the green, so I think we will survive here. 3 races to go on the season, and things are good. We're in 5th place. Ferrari now, all of a sudden, the one we've got to watch out for. The Road Car Factory will be done in 15 weeks. And we're pretty much done with part improvements. Well, we are done with part improvements for the year now. So that's where we're at. We're back up to 8th momentarily above Force India. But I'll expect to see them back above us again as they've already eclipsed us. And we've got no new parts coming as we are out of money for this season. But hey, we will survive. Prima looks like they're going down. It looks like Haas might be on their way back up. But that's going to do it for this episode on Decathlon Gamer. And remember, I'm aiming for the best of the best. So if you're ready to join me on my journey, hit subscribe and tune in next time on my Road to the Record. Bye for now.